That's what I call looking extremely relaxed and comfortable. Hi everybody, it's Micheline from Micheline Makes again, with a very quick vlog, and this is about several little small items. There may be a change of clothes every now and again because I've been filming and putting various things on. This particular top is a bought top, but I do like it and I like the shape of it. So if you remember, I did a purple blouse from a New Look pattern, and I can't remember what it is, but I'll put it up there. Well, when I did it as a charity refashion, and the inside of the dress that I used had this kind of very thin jersey, and I made a top from this. I traced it off, and I put a little video on showing you how I did this. I traced it off, and I actually made a little top with it. I actually use it as a little top for bed, to be honest. It's see-through, but I wear it with black leggings. I don't wear pajamas, I don't wear nighties. I just wear a pair of leggings and a t-shirt or a top, and I particularly like this little white top, this little black top, because it's with it being thin, it's cool this time of the year for us. But I also traced off another one. I'm using up a lot of my fabric, as I told you, as I keep telling you. I'm trying to get rid of a lot of the fabric that I have, and I bought this fabric from My Fabrics over a year ago. I bought it for the granddaughters, but they said, no Grandma, it's a bit too babyish. So Grandma made a top out of it. It looks a bit babyish too, but I basically did the same top as this with a high neck, and I've been wearing that a lot with the weather being as bad as it is. But that's the trace off that I did for that one. Same length, quite long, so it's like a long dress, but I wear it with jeans. And the other thing that I've made is, do you remember this fabric that I showed you? Do you remember that? Well, that was, I didn't put the sound on because, listen, does that give you an idea of what I did with my Make 9, what it was used for? No? Well, on my Make 9 there was a jacket that I was going to make, and that was the Minoru jacket, the Sewaholic Minoru jacket, and there it is. That's the Sewaholic Minoru jacket. It's number 1103, and that's the one that I made. I made it with this fabric, and I've had it such a long time. I bought this fabric in about February from My Fabrics again. I think they're a German company, but they're called myfabrics.co.uk. They come from Germany, and it was about £11 a metre, and I think it took me about 2 metres to make the jacket. Is it 2 metres? No, 2 3/4 metres it took. So I've still got enough left to make a bag or something, to use as a bag of some sort. But I just thought it was lovely fabric, and look, it's very, very thin. Extremely thin, lovely fabric, soft waterproof backing, rubberized backing, and so I picked that, and I thought, I was looking all over the place for different colours, and I was going to go for a black waterproof and just trim it with purple somewhere. As you know, I love black, and I caught my eye on this, and I thought it was absolutely lovely. It's actually got like a little, you probably won't be able to see it, but it's got like a herringbone pattern on it. Tiny little herringbone pattern. Maybe if I tilt it you might be able to see. It's got a herringbone pattern on it. The coat came out wonderful. The pattern I wasn't so keen on, well, I was keen on the pattern, but what I found was irritating was that the ink on the pattern wasn't, I cut this out at night time, and the ink on the pattern, if you see there, the ink is not very it's not very dark. And look at if you look at where the name is, I shouldn't be doing this outside because it's not easy to see, but there's Sewaholic, There is some text beneath the word Sewaholic, some text there, and at night time it's not very easy to see. Backlining, cut one on fold. I do think that for the price of the pattern, of these indie patterns, I do feel that there should be the ink should be a bit more easier to read. But having said that, it didn't hinder me because I knew what to read and I could see it. I just wondered that maybe the people who printed the pattern may have been running out of ink on their printers, and I think they were trying to get away with an extra batch or something. I don't know if everybody else has that problem, but it was a bit of a light ink on there. The one that I did was view A with the sorry, I have to do it that way. View A, the one with the hood. I wasn't planning on doing the one with the hood, but I ended up doing it because I thought, oh, I've got enough fabric, let's make it with a hood and see what it's like, with a zip on the back and the hood folds in. I didn't do the elastic there. I avoided the elastic because I tend to think that because I've got a big bust and a big bottom, and I do go in at the waist, I have kind of the hourglass figure, I still have a waist, and because of that it tends to make my bottom stand out more and the bust stand out more, so I decided to go without the elastic on the front and the back there. The one thing that I did, but two things I did that I would change. One was I did the gathered cuffs there, and personally I wouldn't have done those next time if I do this coat again, which is very likely because it's a nice straightforward coat. The cuffs, I feel they're kind of a 2-inch elastic that I've put in, and I feel it's very restrictive for my wrists. I prefer a wide sleeve with possibly a bit of velcro that you can, with a velcro strap that you can tighten up if needs be, but I tend to like wider sleeves, and if I did it again I won't put those elastic cuffs on. The other thing that I didn't do was it said to have a pocket on the inside, and I didn't do that, and I wish I had, because I think that the pocket on the inside would have made it would have been handy for putting phones in, you know, putting a mobile phone in. But the other thing is that it didn't have a pocket at all. This pattern doesn't have any pockets at all, so basically I created 2 inseam pockets for each side to go on each side, and it makes a big difference. I rarely walk without having a hand in a pocket, so I just felt that was far better for me to have a pocket. And when it's really raining, so this is the coat. You've seen the picture of it, of me wearing it, the video of me wearing it. This is the coat, the sleeves, the cuffed sleeves, and as I say, they are very They're elasticated, they're nice, but I just think, you know, a bit tight and a bit restrictive. The collar is a lovely upright collar. I've done flat fell seams all round, having the seam going downwards so that when the rain hits it, it goes down that way. Although I haven't been in it, I took it on holiday with me and everybody admired it, but I haven't been in a rainy situation to see whether it leaks or not, despite the fact that these past couple of days we've had downpours that have been torrential. I've been indoors all the time. So then that's the back, and the back, as I say, the zip there, zip on the neck, that's the neck. Pull the zip off, or not pull it off, open the zip, and out pops a folded hood. The hood comes out like that, so you've got the hood, and then when you're finished you roll it up and zip it back in. Roll it up and zip it back in. So you've got your collar like that. I like the way the collar stands up, both front and back. I've actually got a different colour zip there to that one, and that was simply because I happened to have that one in my stock, and I ordered that one online and it was more of a darker purple, but I don't think it's noticeable. The front, as I say, has this panel down here. All of it, I haven't top stitched, I haven't fell seamed that one, but I have fell seamed here and the armhole seams. Then you have pockets at the side, here, deep pockets. I do think that what I might do is because the pockets are quite deep and quite open, I think that I might put some kind of velcro fastening or something, just so that it closes it when you're not using it, because otherwise I could lose things if you put everything in your pocket. But overall, oh, and as I say, no elastic on the back, no elastic, just a straight up and down. Overall, I love it. I think it's lovely. I took it on holiday with me. Everybody thought it was great. Love the fabric, love the pattern. Would I say it was easy or not? I would say it was easy to intermediate. Very straightforward. The instructions were very straightforward, and I would say well worth doing, well worth a try. Now then, I happened to have some spare fabric, and this was, what colour don't I like, ladies? I don't like greens, do I? Well, this was from my fabrics and it was green and I didn't like it, so I decided to dye it black, but it hasn't come out a deep black. It's kind of a greyish black, and it's also covered in white cat hairs. I wonder which cat that is. I wonder, she doesn't even come near the clothes, but just everywhere you go, despite hoovering, cleaning, dusting, using those sticky things, the roller sticky, everywhere is covered. But I wanted to show you this. This is actually, I had this piece of fabric and I thought, oh, what am I going to do with it? I couldn't even be bothered to get a pattern out, so I decided to cut a rectangle, and then I cut a scoop out for the neck and lower scoop for the front and the higher scoop for the back. And I thought, right, I'm going to do something just straight boxy type t-shirt. And then I thought, no, I'll give it a couple of sleeves. So I cut 2 rectangles for the sleeves, and then I thought, no, this is going to be too small. So then I cut some spare bits and I put a panel down each side under the arm, from the arm to the panel to the bottom. But I also was trying out some new rainbow serger thread. So I just got carried away, and this is basically, it's rubbish, but it's turned out reasonably well. I've overstitched the collar with a double row of rainbow stitching with my favourite stitch. I've serged the cuffs, the sleeves like that, serged the sleeves like that, just with the rainbow. This is the bottom I still need to trim the threads, of course, but this is the side panel. If I show you that, there's a side panel here, can you see? Side panel, and I've put the overlocking on the outside. Hem's got overlocking. I did the sleeves and the shoulders the other way around, and I just did the serger, but actually what you can see is the stitches show through, and I quite like that. I thought, oh, that's quite nice having the different colours of stitches showing through. So normally I would have done machine stitching and then I would have serged, but I just thought it was quite nice having the stitches showing through, because it varies in colour. So that is a very basic t-shirt that I've made. I will put a little video up showing you what it looks like. Anyway, I'm off on my holiday again. This is holiday part 2 is coming soon, next week. We're going to go to France to visit my sister in France, and I might take you with me, just let you get to see our journey. It's very, very early. We've got to get up to catch the train. We're going by train, and we're going to go to London, St Pancras, and then across to Lille, and then from Lille we go down to a place called Angoulême, and that's where my sister lives. We're setting off about 7:30 in the morning, and we arrive at her place at 7:30 at night. So somewhere along the way, I might not video all of it, but I'll video a little bit of everything, and you can partake in our experience. I'll finish now and say catch you next time. Bye.